Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona, and today's class is a stronger Vinyasa flow class in a continuous flow style. So I've included a few optional arm balances, a side crow and also a side plank. But really the class is about building your endurance and your stamina in a short space of time. So it's only 30 minutes. Potentially you're able to stay with it without being overwhelmed or fatigued at the end of the class. You just feel energized and a little stronger for your day ahead. So if you need to warm up a little bit more before you jump into this practice, and perhaps you've just woken up out of bed, there's an easy seated flow on our YouTube channel that you can try out just to get a little bit more limber and supple in your body before you start. Otherwise, grab your mat and we'll start standing here at the top of the mat. Enjoy, yogis. Namaste. Begin your practice today at the top of your mat, feet hip distance apart, standing tall and taking your hands to your heart center. Gently shutting down the eyes, drawing your chin in toward the chest, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, and finding an elegant length through your spine. Back of your skull lifts, tailbone lengthens down toward your heels. Take 3 deep breaths, centering and grounding yourself, just letting go of all your preoccupations and anything that might have occurred before your practice or what's coming after your practice. Just breathing deep, coming into your body and inhabiting your body. Gently blinking the eyes open, and next breath in, take your arms up overhead, reach up tall, and as you exhale, swan dive forward, hinging from your hips, softening the knees as you fold. Inhale, coming up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and refold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach all the way up, standing tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. And we'll do that twice more, just as a warm up for the spine, arms overhead as you breathe in. Exhale, dive forward, firm belly, flat back, dropping your head. Inhale, coming up halfway, heart forward. Exhale and refold. Finding a rhythm, cadence to your breath that's even in tempo, standing tall, reaching up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Last round, inhale, arms overhead, breathe in. Exhale, dive forward over the legs. Breathing in, flat back, your heart extends forward. Exhale and refold. Inhale, rise to stand, sending the arms tall and overhead. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Link your thumbs now, space your fingers, take a big arch up and back. And as you exhale, sweep the arms behind your back, interlace the fingers, big bend in the knees and fold, drop your head. Release the arms, inhale, coming up halfway. And as you exhale, step your right foot back to runner's lunge, keeping your fingertips down, extend your heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back quietly, downward facing dog. Inhale, shifting forward to a high push-up. Exhale, low push-up, legs engage, firm belly, hover. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward facing dog, firm belly, extending your heels. Inhale, forward to high push-up. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the floor, low push-up. Inhale, low baby cobra, elbows tucking in. Exhale, just for a beat, buttocks to the heels, Balasana. As you breathe in, all fours. Downward dog as you breathe out. We'll keep it rolling. Right leg rises as you breathe in. Right foot stepping forward as you breathe out, runner's lunge. Inhale here, left thigh lifting up. Exhale, step forward, top edge of the mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Link your thumbs, space your fingers, take a big arch up and back, firm belly supporting your low back. Exhale, sweep your hands behind the back, interlace your fingers and fold. Inhale, release the hands, either fingertips to the floor or hands to shins. Exhale, step the left foot back, runner's lunge, take a long stride there. Heart forward, breathe in. Plant the hands, step quietly back, downward facing dog. Moving with your breath. Inhale, forward, high push-up. Exhale, low push-up with control. Hover. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, high push-up, rippling forward through your spine. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Balasana, buttocks to your heels, stretch back. Breathe out, empty the lungs. All fours as you breathe in. Downward dog as you breathe out. Left leg rising as you breathe in. Left foot forward, runner's lunge as you breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale, step forward to the top edge of the mat. Breathing in, coming up halfway. Exhale and fold. Breathe in, link your thumbs, space your fingers, take a big arch up and back. We'll pause as you exhale, hands to your heart center. 2 deep breaths here. Slowing down the rhythm of your breath. Surya namaskar B, 2 rounds here. As you inhale, bend your knees, come into Uttanasana, chair pose. Exhale and fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, looking forward. Exhale, step back, plank pose. And lower slowly, either upward dog or cobra here in your back bend. Downward facing dog as you breathe out, keeping it smooth, unhurried, unrushed. Right leg rising as you breathe in. Right foot forward as you breathe out, warrior 1. Anchor your back heel, press down through your feet to rise up. And as you exhale, take your hands to the floor, step back through a Vinyasa, high push-up, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes together, left leg rising as you breathe in. Left foot forward as you breathe out. Anchor your right heel now. Push down evenly through both feet to rise up. Arms alongside your ears, expanding, lifting the chest. Exhale, hands to the floor. Stepping back through a Vinyasa. Low push-up. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, and resting for 5 deep breaths. Allow your eye gaze to fall steady. Find stillness in your body except for the movement of your breath. Taking one more deep breath in, looking forward between the hands. End of your exhale, bend your knees and step or lightly hop forward to the top edge of your mat. Toes come together. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, come into chair pose. Drop your seat really low, hug in through the belly. Exhale, fold over the legs, hinging in half. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, looking forward. Exhale, stepping back through a Vinyasa, high push-up. Low push-up, chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. With control, right leg rises as you breathe in. Right foot lightly forward between the hands as you breathe out. Warrior 1. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to the floor. A Vinyasa, stepping back. High push-up. Chaturanga, low push-up, elbows tucking in. Upward dog or cobra, just savouring your in-breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes together, left leg rising as you breathe in. Left foot forward as you breathe out. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1 as you breathe in. Hands to the floor as you breathe out. Step back. A Vinyasa. Take your time. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog to rest. 5 deep breaths. Feeling your breath touch and move your ribs. Feeling engaged through the arms and the legs and reaching your heels heavy for the floor. Taking one more deep breath in, looking forward. End of your exhale, step or lightly hop, come on up, top edge of the mat. Toes come together, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold Uttanasana. Inhale, chair pose, just here for a beat. Reach the arms, sink the hips. Exhale and fold over your legs. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Pause and hold. Balance your wrists underneath your shoulders, and we'll take some mountain climbers. Find even more warmth in our core. Take your right knee in toward your chest and then step back. Alternate left knee in, pick up the pace, right, left, firm belly, breathing out each time the knee comes in. Rapid fire breath, audible, Ujjayi. Last 2. Downward facing dog. Press into the hands, lean your body weight back, send the thighs back in space. Bring your toes together here at the back of the mat. Reach your right leg up and back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, step forward to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Just here for a beat. So reach the arms up, extend your heart up, open out Warrior 2, and we're here to hold. Arranging your feet, your right toes pointing forward, right knee tracking forward. Sharpening your back leg, outer edge of your back heel firmly anchored on the floor. Allow the hips to sink without leaning forward or back, keeping the spine upright, vertical. Next breath in, reverse your warrior, reach up and back with the right hand, slide the left hand down your left leg. And as you exhale, coming into side angle pose. Lots of different options here if you want to take it a little gently this morning. Perhaps you wouldn't have chosen this class, but however, you can take your right forearm to your right knee, left arm straight up, or you can take your right hand to your inner right ankle, coming down a little bit further, lunging a little deeper, left arm up and overhead. Or you can come into a half bind or a full bind here if you're familiar with it. Your left arm would move behind your back to your inner right thigh, or you can take your right arm and hook it underneath your right leg and catch a hold of your hands behind your back. You can catch a hold of your wrist, your fingers, just making sure your chest stays open, belly button faces outwards rather than down. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands, push down through your front foot, come all the way up and reverse. Straightening through the front leg as you go. Push equally into both feet and then hinge out over your front leg, coming into Trikonasana triangle pose. Taking your right hand to your shin, the outside of your foot, or your ankle, reaching the left arm up. And just as we did in side angle, keeping your chest open and bright, your lungs open, giving your breath full access. Enjoying the stretch through the back of your right leg, calves, hamstring muscles. One more deep breath in. Exhale, both hands to the floor. A Vinyasa or downward dog if you'd like to do less. Take your time. No rush. And we'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Pedal out through your heels. Take a little sway side to side. A little boogie through the body. And if you've got a sigh, letting it out of the mouth. Second side coming up, yogis. Left leg rising as you breathe in. Left foot forward as you breathe out, warrior one. Rise up, pushing down through your front foot. Open out, warrior two, arms out to a T. Find a longer stride, a deeper lunge through the front knee. And then lifting the ribs up and out of the hips, expanding across your chest through the leverage of your arms, reaching away from one another. Steady gaze and a soft jaw and mouth. Next breath in, reverse your warrior, reach up and back with your left hand. And then coming into side angle, your version, either forearm to the knee, your left hand a little further down to your ankle, or taking that binder option if it's in your practice. Checking in with the rhythm of your breath. If it starts to get jerky, there's no doubt it'll get faster, but just try and keep an even cadence to your breath. Notice how you feel in your legs, if you feel comfortable or tight and stiff, and whether or not you need to ease off. Just got one more deep breath here. Push down through your front foot, release your bind, come all the way up, reverse, and straighten your left leg as you go, lifting up through the kneecaps, engaging your quads. And then coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose, lengthening out the muscles that we've just worked. Left hand to the shin, your foot or the floor, right hand skywards, wide across your collarbones. Crown of the head reaching forward, chin lightly in. And a couple of full breaths here. As you feel yourself breathe out, take your hands to the floor, taking either a Vinyasa or stepping back to downward facing dog. Resting breath now. Let your eyes find a steady point of focus. And exaggerating your exhale just as a way of clearing out and resetting. Taking the toes together here at the back of your mat, take a deep breath in, look forward. And at the end of your exhale, step or lightly hop, come on up, top edge of the mat. Bring your toes together. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Chair pose, Utkatasana, bending the knees, reaching your arms. Press your palms together and lower them to your heart center, sinking down so you're in a very low seat, belly firm. As you feel yourself breathe out, take a twist from here, right elbow outside of your left knee, twisting to your left. And see if you can get your seat a little lower and the weight a little more in your heels so the toes are light and fluffy. And then spiral your chest toward your thumbs. So you're open through the chest, spiraling through the rib cage, the shoulders, and then the gaze spins up. Two options here. You can just open your arms out nice and wide if you've got that mobility through your spine, or take both hands to the floor, set your hands up shoulder width apart, a bend at the elbows, and come into side crow. You might like to just test it out, test the waters, 1 foot at a time, lifting 1 foot up toward your buttocks, perhaps balancing. And the trick here is really just to keep your elbows balanced over your wrists and your gaze forward. Got one more deep breath in. Exhale, land lightly down, both feet down, back to chair, breathe in. Exhale and fold, let it go, drop your head, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back, plank pose, top of your push-up. Lower through a Vinyasa, low push-up, elbows balanced over your wrists. Upward dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Toes together. Inhale, right leg rising as you breathe in. Exhale, step forward, high lunge as you breathe out. Right foot over in the right lane, left foot in the left lane, rising up, arms alongside your ears. Press your palms and then take your hands to your heart center. So you're just lowering your center of gravity, getting steady in your feet, breathing deep and wide into your ribs. And taking your awareness down to your right foot now, balance down through all four corners of your foot and keep your weight in your right heel. As you tip forward and come into swan, keep a bend in your right knee, start to float your left leg, reach your heart forward, at the same time reach your heel and left toes back. Hips stay level and you find a little arch through your spine, balancing here. Gaze is steady. And step lightly down, bringing your feet together at the top edge of the mat. Bend the knees. Reach up, arms, chair pose. Press your palms and take your hands to your heart. Second side coming up, we just skipped to Vinyasa. Chair twist over to your right, left elbow outside of the right thigh or knee there. And make a straight line, elbow to elbow, extending the crown of your head forward so you're conscious, mindful of the line of your spine. Smooth breaths. Option 1 to stay here. Option 2, open the arms out nice and wide. Option 3, side crow, both hands to the floor. So left elbows wedged on the outside of that right knee. Right hand out to the side and just play with taking one foot, perhaps both feet off. You don't have to get too much air here. Just practicing your balance, staying easy in your body, even though it is quite challenging. Go ahead, land lightly, back to chair pose, reach your arms, big breath in. Side out of the mouth, fold in half, Uttanasana. Just let it go. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, step your left foot back now and find high lunge. Arms reach slowly up alongside your ears. You're finding balance through the balls of your back toes and the whole sole of your front foot now. Hands to the heart. Lower your center of gravity. And you're preparing to balance. Shifting forward and floating your back leg back, taking your chest forward, firming in through the belly. So low abdominals, front of the pelvis, upper abdominals engaged, hips as level as you can feel them. Lifted leg engaged so it doesn't feel soggy. One more deep breath in. Exhale, land lightly, top edge of the mat. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale and fold. A half sun salute here. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Big breath in, arms rise overhead. Bend the knees and fold, breathe out. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, refold, Uttanasana. Rise to stand, breathe in. Hands to your heart, breathe out. Chair pose, breathe in. Fold as you breathe out. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Plank pose as you breathe out, pause. Take your feet wide. Side arm balance coming up, balancing on your left hand, spin your heels to your left, flex your toes, take your right arm straight up toward the ceiling, lifting your left side hip, your obliques away from the mat, expanding across your chest through the reach of your arms, and flexing both toes. You can have both feet on the floor here, or if you're more familiar, you can take both one foot on top of the other. This just gives you a little bit more balance, and you're still doing all the work in your upper body. Send your right arm up and overhead, reach out. Exhale both hands to the floor and pause. You can take your knees down here. We're going to take 3 low push-ups, lowering slowly to a hover. Inhale, coming up. We're working our tricep muscles here. Exhale, lower, hover. Inhale, lift to a high push-up, your abdominals. Upper body, low push-up, last one. High push-up. Side plank on the right side. Right hand just a little forward of your shoulder. Roll your heels off to the right. Flex your toes. Reach your left arm skywards. Lift the right hip up and away from the mat. Tailbones lengthening toward your heels. You're breathing smooth. Keeping a smile on your face. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor. No push-ups here, just lift the hips up and back and coming into downward facing dog. And taking the heat out of the hands now, a little bend in the knees. Go ahead, walk your hands back to your feet at the back edge of the mat. We're taking gorilla arms. We're going to take our hands underneath the soles of our feet, and ideally your toes come to touch the wrist creases. So bend your knees really deeply here to allow that to happen. We're stretching the back of your wrists. So you're just tipping your weight lightly forward as you stand on your hands toward your wrist creases, and then you're lifting your hands up against the resistance of your feet. Let your shoulders go heavy and let your head hang loose. And take 2 more deep breaths in and out. Keeping your hands where they are, take a halfway lift, straightening your legs any amount, flat back, looking forward. And exhale, release your hands, walking back out to downward facing dog. We're going to slow things down now, folks. Just going to step your right foot up in between your hands and take a quarter turn to your left for Prasarita Padottanasana, spread leg forward fold. Keep your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Straight legs, heels turn out, toes turn in. Big breath in, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. And any action with the hands here, if you like to get a little bit more leverage, you can take a big toe bind here, or catch a hold of your ankles or your knees, or just rest your hands on the floor, lining your fingertips up with your big toes, folding forward, hanging loose, letting your spine cascade down. Keeping your legs strong and engaged, and take 3 quiet breaths here. And taking a halfway lift as you breathe in. Stay on your fingertips here and walk your feet to a little wider than hip distance apart. So you're walking them toward one another now, and then come up onto the balls of your toes, just balancing on your fingertips. You're going to swing around 180 degrees to your right, taking your left knee behind your right knee and coming to sit so you face the opposite long edge of your mat. And if that did not make sense, it's a really tricky way of getting into cow face pose. Here you will have your left knee underneath and your right leg on top, and the soles of your feet will be facing the back of the room. And then from here, just take your arms out wide to the side, and we're going to take our left arm on top, your right arm under for eagle arms. Either press the hands to prayer or catch a hold of opposite shoulders. Widen through your upper back, gliding the shoulder blades away from your spine. Chin lightly in toward your chest, and allowing your hips to melt and spread into the stretch, outer hip stretch. And gently releasing, taking your fingertips behind you now, re-wrap the legs. So your left leg's going to come on top, your right leg underneath, both soles of the feet point back. And take your arms out wide, right arm on top now, left arm under for eagle arms. And if you have eagle arms, lift where your elbows cross, so your eye gaze is directly where they cross. Then draw your forearms forward, widening through your upper back. And then as you feel yourself breathe out, allow your hips to melt and feel heavy. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. Taking your legs out in front of you for Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Big deep breath in, reach your arms up alongside your ears. As you exhale, fold, let it go. Find some softness in your body as you fold. Letting go of your effort. Calming the rhythm of your breath. And ideally here, your next posture would be Shavasana, laying back, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, to allow you to soak in all the benefits from moving, breathing deep, allowing your body to reset. Alternatively, just sitting quietly in seated meditation, just allowing your body to become still and quiet. And rest here any amount of time that you have. And I hope you feel warmed up and ready for the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.